What's going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and we are back very quickly to just talk a little bit more about something that I spoke a bit about last night in last night's video covering the updated Destiny 2 development roadmap. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link to it in the description. Go watch it. It covers a lot of news that we're getting about some of the upcoming Destiny 2 content, including DLC Pack 2, now officially titled Warmind. Love the simplicity of it. But amongst the litany of things that was announced last night, there was one really kind of big change for PvP that I really wanted to bring up again and just talk a little bit more about. And that, of course, is the change coming to the way they handle DLC maps in the Crucible. So for those who didn't get a chance to see that blog post last night, here's what it had to say specifically about this. Season 3 marks the beginning of a new plan for how we deliver Crucible content. For every player of Destiny 2, we'll be releasing all of the new Crucible maps being developed for Warmind into matchmaking. The same goes for the maps we released with Curse of Osiris. To keep the community in the Crucible unified, everyone will see new arenas in match-made playlists like Quick Play, Competitive, Trials of the Nine, Iron Banner, as well as the new weekly rotators that include Rumble and Mayhem. That means more opponents for everyone. With the arrival of private matches, players will need to purchase each expansion to have exclusive access to play those Crucible maps with other players in a private match. This plan goes into effect on May 8th with the beginning of Season 3. And that's basically it. So when new content comes out in Destiny 2, or at the very least, when Warmind comes out with Destiny 2's update next month, the new Crucible maps that are going to be added in that are going to be available for everyone who plays Destiny 2, whether you've bought the DLC or not. That's what it means. You're going to be able to experience the new maps. This is really the first time this has kind of happened with a DLC in Destiny's history, and I think it's really a point where Bungie deserves applause, because this is a really interesting move that's done for several reasons. It's very consumer friendly. It means you don't have to buy anything to experience the new maps. If you want to play those maps on private mode, which is coming alongside the May update, then you'll have to buy the DLC in order to, select whatever maps we're going to be getting with it in private matches. But if you're just looking for some casual games on either quick play or competitive, you'll have the exact same access to the maps that people who have already bought the DLC. I love this kind of change. On one hand, it's definitely done to keep from sequestering the community. And TBL, what do you mean by that? Well, basically, whenever a DLC generally comes out in Destiny 2, they separate Crucible into a new playlist with those DLC maps added in, and of course the normal playlist. If you head into Crucible right now, you'll see it. You'll see the Curse of Osiris playlist, and then the normal quick play and normal competitive playlists. This is usually done so that people who've bought the DLC can experience the new maps, and people who haven't, can continue playing the normal Crucible without those maps. And it kind of cuts the community in half. So really, by making this change, by adding all of those new DLC maps to the basic playlist, they're making it so that they don't have to split the community anymore. People can still just go into Quick Play, experience the new maps, experience the old maps, and you're not going to have to purchase anything. And of course, they even say that in this article. They're doing this so that they can unify the Crucible and keep from delving into one of the problems we had in Destiny 1, where we had a few too many playlists and the population was split up way too far. And of course, stuff like that can affect matchmaking times. It can affect, whether or not you get into full games or keep getting tossed into games with half a team and stuff like that. So I love this decision. This is a great move going forward. It's very consumer friendly because it means you don't even have to buy the DLC to play the new maps. And if old maps, like if some old Destiny 1 favorites like Rusted Lands and First Light were to make their return in Destiny 2 as part of the DLC, that means they'll be added in for everyone. I think that's just a great change moving forward, and I kind of wish other games would do the same thing. When it comes to say Call of Duty, where they release these annual map packs every couple of months, and make you pay $15-20 for it. I kind of wish that those maps would be available for everyone, and they could just put other content like new weapons and stuff behind that paywall. So I'm really glad to see that Bungie's taking a step forward with this. The problem of a split small community on PC especially has been a huge problem for Destiny 2. There's less players on PC, and so when you have all of these different playlists, it can kind of make matchmaking a little bit of a nightmare. I don't know if you've been in the competitive playlist as of late, but you're going to run into usually the same teams over and over and over again. And one of the big problems with that is, of course, the split community between these different DLC playlists and then normal playlists for everybody else. So again, I think this is a moment where we can say bravo, well done, Bungie. This is a great change moving forward. It's definitely a change you're making to try to help keep your game alive, but hey, that's not really too much of a problem for me. And maybe now that we're not separating playlists between DLC and basic content for games, given that the community is going to be a bit more unified, maybe this could even mean we can get some other playlists for new game modes. You know, now that the player pool is not going to be split between people who have the DLC and people who don't, maybe we can actually get some other playlists for new game modes and stuff like Capture the Flag, maybe the return of Rift, and just other stuff like that. So I'm very excited. I'm very happy Bungie made this move going forward, and I really hope people can see the positive benefits of it. This is just especially good news for people who play on PC like I do. And the fact that it's going to be retroactive with maps that were introduced in Curse of Osiris is even better. So, good job, Bungie. You announced a lot of good stuff last night, and this, in my opinion, was one of the best decisions. But alright, that's all I had to say. I really just wanted to make a video more explaining what they meant by that and you know, really giving my thoughts and opinions on why I think it's a really good change moving forward. I know you Guardians have your own ideas. Are you excited about this? Are you psyched that we're no longer going to be splitting up the community based on who bought what content and who didn't? At least in the Crucible. You know, this kind of stuff is still going to apply to strikes and all that kind of PvE nonsense. But anyways, be sure to leave me your thoughts down in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest content we're putting out. And if you'd like to further support the channel, feel free to follow me over on Twitch and maybe consider donating to the Patreon. Links to all of that stuff will be down in the description box below. But anyways, that's it for this one, Guardians. I am out for now. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I'm the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.